harvesting system. Okay, now I'm still I got a little mess going, a couple of things that I'm working on, but anyway, I wanted to show you guys this, and I wanted to show you a neat little trick. All right, basically, right here I have the water pump. Okay, this is a Seaflow professional grade water pump, and I added this week. This is a sediment filter, 5 microns. Okay, and right here, this is battery. Right now it's off because I have the water isn't on. So basically, this is the first stage of the water out of my cistern is kind of old, and I urgently need a replacement, but I'm making do with what I have at the moment. But anyway, so this is the sediment filter, which gets rid of particulates and this 5 microns. Now what happens is the way I'm doing this, which is kind of ghetto, but I actually backfeeding the house. So this one here in particular, this one is the second stage, and this one is a what they call a charcoal block filter, and that is basically getting rid of all of the chlorine and metals and bad tastes from the water. Removes all of that. So and it's actually backfeeding into the house, bypassing the regular tap. Okay, all right. So let me flip this over here. All right, so that's what I'm currently working on now. What happens is that part of these projects, I mean filter processes, require what they call a UV light. Okay, yeah, metals from rainwater cereal, because what happens is the rainwater is fine till the moment it touches your roof. Your roof might have, if it has any kind of metal, any kind of like even the paint, of the roof, or the ceiling, the roof ceiling here. The houses here in Puerto Rico are all concrete, and in order for the filtration, we paint them with these sealants. So I don't know what those sealants have. Okay, so anyway, so yes, it'll filter out the metals, and it'll filter out the bad taste. Now what happens is part of the filtration processes are something which they call. In fact, hold on, maybe it went out. Should be back now. Yeah, well, it went out probably because I was on the house Wi-Fi, and I'm like outside, so I switched over to the phone Wi-Fi, the phone internet. Okay, so I'm going back to what I was saying. These filter processes, in order to disinfect and sanitize, they have these filters which they call the UVC filters, which are relatively very expensive. Now, what they do is they have a ultraviolet light, and it's encased in kind of like an aluminum kind of thing, and basically those aluminum UV lights. I mean, the UV light itself isn't aluminum; it's the actual casing. Well, anyway, at the end of the day, they're really expensive, but they do a great job in disinfecting. So, you know me, frugal DIY. So I go online, and I actually searched out UVC lights for fish ponds and little aquariums, and I found this right here. All right, I found this. Okay, this was online. This is the 13-watt version, and basically, it's the same thing. It's UVC light. So I said to myself, hold up, this is submersible. This only costs $12. And I can put this inside of that cistern, thus, and leave it running 24/7, thus disinfecting all of the water on the cheap with a UV filter. Now, what happens is that 13 watts isn't that much. So basically, it's usually about 75. You need 10 watts every 75 gallons. So if your cistern is 200 gallons, which would mean I would need at least two more of these, for it to really, for me to be up to specs. But due to the fact that the water is totally clear, because it is rainwater, and 13 watts should make a pretty nice difference. Now, mind you, this water, I'm not using it to drink it. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too concerned about bacteria and viruses at the moment. Yet, I do have these little DIY Berkey things. But the whole point is this. This is a very good a good thing. So what I did is I took the UV light. It should be on. Let me see if I can get the phone inside of the cistern. Give me a second, guys. All right, I kind of jerry rigged this here, but I don't know if you can see it in there. You see that? All right, so that was the UV light inside of the cistern, and it's supposed to, you're supposed to have it on 24/7. So, like I said, I don't, this is just an idea that I had. I mean, I'm assuming it's UVC. It's the same thing. I'm gonna probably get two more of these, so since that cistern is 200 gallons, so I would need at least 30 watts. So I could just pick up two more of these for less than 20 bucks and have, the disinfection. Now, mind you, like I said, I am I'm doing this DIY, but I am going to, at some point, when I can, get a professional grade UV system, or at least one that is meant with the whole house purpose. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if this DIY thing works, in the same exact fashion, but it wouldn't hurt to double it up, So I'll have the UV lights inside of that cistern, and then afterwards, for the whole house, I'll have the actual real dedicated UV light fixture or whatever. But I wanted to share this idea because it most likely will work the same exact way. Now, mind you, in the outside water, I'm gonna be putting a lot of chlorine to kill viruses and germs anyway. That's just a given. So by the time that chlorine, coupled with the UV light, even if the UV light isn't like the perfect one, it doesn't matter because the chlorine kills the bacteria and the viruses. So when it comes into the house, it has to go through the charcoal filter, which will eliminate all of the chlorine, thus giving you nice clean water that doesn't smell like chlorine. So that's what I'm doing, guys. That's the process. The cistern that I have is old, and it has like a crack in one side. I really need another one, so that's what I'm was raising funds for, to get the new cistern. I had done a video yesterday. I deleted the video because I got a warning for something that I said in the video from YouTube, and I don't want another issue. I don't want to get banned, So I deleted those two videos. But this one, I'm showing you guys what I'm doing, the project that I'm doing. And like I said, if you guys want to help me out with the purchase of the new cistern, so I'll leave the PayPal link in the description below. And thanks to Cyril who spoke earlier and said that he was going to try to help out. Anything helps out. But like I said, that is the way I'm doing this, or I'm tackling this whole thing. So I have the sediment filter, I have the charcoal filter running. I already have the whole chlorine, how much chlorine I need and whatnot. I'm doing that. The UV light, that one is the temporary one until I'm able to get a real. I don't like saying real, because the problem is. Thanks, man. Thank you. So what's going on? Look, what's going on is this. When I was looking through the UV lights, right? The Pro House UV lights, I said to myself, it's a UV bulb. It's a UVC bulb. UVC, I mean, if it would have been UV only, not UVC, then it isn't as effective. But the fact that it is UVC means that it's the same kind of light bulb that they're sticking to you for $300 or $200 systems. There's a company called Bioponics, I think, and another one called Accu something. or aqua or whatever, and they sell these beautiful, I mean, it looks in stainless steel and the bulb is encased inside. But I said to myself, UVC light is UVC light, you know. So then I said, damn, but these people sell UVC lights for aquariums for 12 bucks. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's where the whole thinking. Might it work? Probably, probably, because you know they market stuff sometimes like the same thing they market for other purposes. Like for example, anything you buy that says solar, oh man, they'll give it they'll give it a price, you know, a price hawk, you know, just because it says the word solar. Or when you go to the supermarket, you know, it's like you have a potato and then you have another potato, but the other potato says organic, so it costs $3 more than the regular potato, you know. So I'm thinking, I believe this UV light will work well. So I am gonna have the water tested though, because I like being very meticulous. But I don't know. It seems like it's working very well. You know, it's submersible. It's in the water tank. It's, you know, on 24/7. So I think it'll kill a lot of bacteria and stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you like the project that I'm doing. I know it looks kind of ghetto at the moment, you know what I mean? But the whole purpose is to go totally renewable, totally sustainable. You know, especially here in Puerto Rico, things are going really bad in terms of, the infrastructure. You know, the water here isn't reliable, the electric here isn't reliable, you know, and then on top of that, it's like they cost you an arm and a leg, and they'll cut you off if you're a little bit late or whatever, you know. So it's like I said, I don't want none of that. I want to go straight, you know, renewable, sustainable. So anyways, guys, so I hope you like the tip. You know, if you want to give that a shot, you know. Also, when I got the little UV light and it finally arrived today, you know, it was a huge delay in the post office. I ordered this thing like 2 weeks ago, and it was supposed to arrive last Monday, and it showed up today. But those UV lights, you're not supposed to look at them. So if you buy one, don't go looking at it like you're turning it on. Ooh, look how cute, a nice light bulb. Don't do that, because you're gonna go blind. But that being said, these UV lights have other uses. Like for example, if you get some kind of a case or some kind of a box and you put the light inside of it and you hang your toothbrushes inside of the closed box and you turn it on, it'll kill 99.9% of all bacteria on your toothbrush. So that it's a great idea. You know, you get yourself a nice little square box, and you know, and you screw on a way to hang your toothbrush, and you turn that UV light on in there. Man, you got perfect sanitation. Hospitals use this. You know, now that we got this whole COVID thing, hey, your mask, your you know, the ones that, you know, you use, not the paper ones. Well, yeah, you can use the paper ones too, but the cloth ones, stick them in there, put a little hook, you know, close a little lid, turn on the sanitation lamp. You know, it works. UVC lamps for aquarium, and they're only 12 bucks. See, but now that I say this, all of a sudden, you know, everybody start doing it, and then the price will go up. So it always doesn't fail, but every time I order something. But anyway, so that's what's going on, guys. So let me see, you know, let me see what I do. Hopefully by the end of this month, I'm hoping to at least have the cistern, you know, and the new cistern, you know, in place and working. And let's see, man, let's see what happens, guys. So all right, guys, we'll take care. And back to the whole cistern thing and fundraiser. If you want to make a donation, the PayPal link is in the description below, and all the proceeds will go towards getting this new cistern, which I really need, you know. So all right, take care, guys. God bless you all.